Ray, you're on Ron Fez.
Hey, is there a window in the studio that looks out on 57th Street?
Yeah, there is.
There is, huh? Oh, good. Are you still there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, this is Radio Shark.
What's up?
Yeah, I want to park in front of the building.
What are you talking?
All right, maybe Poe can stand by the car and watch it so I don't get a ticket or get towed.
No, Poe is here at all times.
Poe's at his post.
Yeah.
His master post.
Couldn't give him a cell phone?
No, it has nothing to do with this. That's XM.
You don't have any XM parking anywhere?
No.
No, huh?
No.
How did Robert Vaughn get there then?
Robert Vaughn got here by limousine.
Oh. So they got the park out front, nobody washed his car?
No one is... I have no idea.
There's no parking space reserved for Robert Vaughn that you can use today.
Well, the city's pretty crowded today. I don't know. They must have a Shriners convention or something like that. But I'm trying to get there.
I doubt very much you'll come in here. But Poe is on guard at all times if you are.
What, I'm not invited in?
Yes, you are invited in.
Well, how'd you say I can't get in then?
I said I doubt that you will come in.
Why?
Well, because you put up a live thing here. It just doesn't even make sense. You never show up.
And there's no way that a parking space is keeping you away from here.
This is the Radio Shark. He's an odd caller. He is afraid, for whatever reason, to let Master Poe know who he actually is. You have to have ID to get into the building.
I'm not afraid.
Yeah. All right.
I'm 2 blocks away.
All right, we'll see you when you come in then.
All right.
Yeah, no one's going to stand out front and watch your car.
It's a cool car. It's an old one.
Whatever.
All right.
All right, see you soon. God, he's an odd guy. Master Poe, never stop kicking him if he comes in. Just start kicking him and never stop. And then people going, why is Master Poe kicking on that pile of old clothes and pieces of meat? And we'll go, oh, no reason.
That didn't used to be Radio Shark. He never showed up again. He always says he is, but he didn't show up today.
And he says he's 2 blocks away. Frisk him. Frisk him when he comes in here. And then start the kicking.
And we went through... He called like 10 minutes ago. He's like, okay, I'm close to the station. Is there parking? And I explained to him where to park. That you can. I don't know the parking. I don't think you can park directly in front of the building because I think there's a bus lane.
It's fucking 57th Street. You're not allowed to park on 57th Street.
I explained all this to him. So what does he do? He calls back. Where's the parking?
No, yeah, and after he puts up some live fucking thing, like he always does.
It's like we're trying to be friendly to this guy. We really are. More than we should be.
He's just looking for any excuse now not to come up here. I was going to come up here, but you guys didn't have Robert Vaughn-type parking ready for me.
I don't understand the Robert Vaughn thing. I don't know.
What? How did Robert Vaughn? He was like, by limousine. He's a movie star, for Christ's sake.
What about Robert Vaughn? Why can't Poe stand up front with a cell phone? Why can't I get?
And then after that gag that he pulled at the Christmas party when everybody pushed his car,
yeah,
I was like, do you believe a word that comes out of his mouth?
I don't know. I know he's afraid of Master Poe, as well he should be. Master Poe, like myself, is a trained killer. Only thing is, I'm a killer of children. Master Poe kills adults.
Well, those kids, they can be fairly deadly.
Not the ones I fight. I fought a fucking infant. Here's my thing, if you're ever attacked by an infant. Master Poe, this is something that you could teach your students too. If ever attacked by an infant, or if it won't stop crying, you attack immediately using the thumb into the soft spot, fontanelle. You push in deep. It's going to pop like an old cantaloupe and turn. And turn.
How long does that take for the infant to finally go down? Is that a slow process or an instant death thing?
Well, it seems forever because it's, you know.
Well, I'm sure everything's moving in slow motion to begin with.
You're going to feel gnarled.
Right.
So, ever attacked by an infant, that's the easiest way to get into it. Now, once they hit, 2 years old, the skull has formed, it hardens, you won't be able to do it. That's why I don't like to fight them any older than that.
Well, the problem is, what if you go for a kid that you think probably still has a soft spot, and then all of a sudden you realize that skull has hardened already. This kid's a little older than I thought.
You can break a thumb. You can break a thumb.
I don't know. How old? What age are we talking about?
6 months, 6 to 7 months.
Uh-huh.
Now, Poe, you've got something happening here. The Radio Shark is coming in today.
Mm-hmm.
This could be your first security breach ever in the history of you working XM.
I see.
He's a stalker. He's odd. He uses fake names to call the show. He sends threatening mail. So you will have to keep an eye on him. And the only name I know is Radio Shark.
Yeah, and he will try to use mind games on you.
Yeah.
He'll try to tell you he's here to deliver something when he's not a delivery boy.
Yeah, he snuck in to our studio at NEW using a fake name.
Yeah, I believe he is a master of disguise as well. Not that I know what he looks like.
He used D.B. Cooper. What does he look like? Let me think. How would you describe him? I would say him as an everyman.
See?
He almost looks like an everyman.
That's the problem. He can blend into a crowd in the wide open.
What would you think of him, Earl, if you had to describe the Radio Shark?
I've never met him.
Yeah. Yes, you did at the Christmas party.
I've met a lot of people at the Christmas. I can only have a point of reference. He kind of looks not dorky, but
no, he's kind of
he looks like an average guy.
Yeah, he's an average guy. He's not a bad-looking guy.
That's the problem. It's average height, average weight.
Should you shut down the door right now? We go into code red. Nobody gets in. Nobody gets out.
Well, right now the doors are locked. He's not getting in.
Is there any way to drop any kind of metal over our windows?
No, we don't need that.
I mean, obviously, if it was an infant, I would handle it. I'd push my thumb in the fontanelle, turn, and put an end to him. The Radio Shark did show up. What's happening, Shark? Good to see you, buddy.
Hey, Radio Shark.
Good to see you guys, too. I got some presents for you.
Nice to see you. Oh, God.
All right, one sounds a little too metallic.
Did you hear that thing hit, Master Poe?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
Now, did you completely frisk him?
Yeah, it's right by me. Don't worry. It's not going anywhere.
All right, now, what the hell kind of a present would he bring in that would slam like that? I believe it's a saw to saw Fez in half.
Do not saw me in half.
This one's for Fez, and this one's for you.
Yeah.
I've been carrying it around for a long time.
All right, let's take a look at this. There's my present.
Your present is way too loud to be comfortable with.
Yeah. It's big and metal. And Fez is much smaller. I hope yours is a stint.
I can eat one. Thank you, Radio Shark. I'm so nervous. Can we have a mail room that opens the anthrax for us?
We used to have that.
Oh, flip around the other side. Look at that.
Chester, which, of course, this was torn down from outside the hospital I was born in, Master Poe. This is frightening. This is frightening how deep he goes with this.
But I customized the other side for it.
Thank you.
Flip it over and look.
Yeah. Jester. Oh, thank you very much.
Jester.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Fez, what did you get?
Well, he's done his homework, Ronnie. You got that sign, and I got an 8-pack of Wrigley's extra sugar-free gum.
Uh-huh.
Unfortunately, half the pack is missing. I only have 4 packs.
I used up a bunch of it at the Christmas show.
You're chewing it right now.
Yeah, well, actually, it's pretty good. It's sugarless, though. You know, it's for your chewing pleasure.
Now, Radio Shark, you are a famous or infamous stalker of radio shows. How far back do you go with prank calls to radio shows?
I don't know. Maybe.
Do you remember who you started with?
It had to be Alan Combs.
Alan
Combs, yeah.
Yeah. What would you do to him? Bring up some right wing thing?
Oh, no, just call him up and on subjects he was talking about and talk to him, you know, on this and that, you know. Just
why you never stay on topic with us? It's always off topic. And what kind of stuff do you work with? Because you're always running weird feedback and stuff at us. What do you have?
What do I do?
Yeah. What do you have? Do you have a soundboard? What are you doing? Are you taping stuff?
I just got 2 old-fashioned cassette radios that I use. And it's just stuff that I taped over off TV, off of this and that, you know, and I just, try to play them back.
He's outproducing our staff with 2 cassette players.
I got to upgrade a little bit, you know. I got to get better equipment.
Do you have a personal life?
Of course.
Do you date?
Yeah, of course.
I find it hard to believe.
Why?
When you call her up, does all she hear is a recording of her previous date with you?
This is you getting fucked from last night. Take a good listen to it. Now, I used to have Billy call you at home and give you prank calls.
Yeah.
Didn't bother you at all?
No, I would just erase it. In fact, I think I might have taped a couple of them, and I was going to use them back, but I can't find that tape. I can't find those tapes. Eventually, I will.
Yeah, Nixon had trouble with the same thing.
I can't believe you showed up today. I really thought you were busting balls.
I called up Earl and told him I was going to come in.
Right.
And
now, did you
stuck to it.
Let me check with Master Poe. Do we know his real name now?
No, he doesn't. He doesn't know anything.
Nothing at all?
No.
How did this happen?
You can't get in here without the information.
Hey, that means you owe me $2,000.
No, hold on for 1 second.
No.
Hold on for 1 second. Hold on for 1 second. Hold on for 1 second. First of all, I stopped him at the door, as always. I was ready to take all his information.
Yeah.
And I was told that you guys wanted him in now.
No.
That's what I was told.
Bill the intern came in here and said, he's here. And I said, you're kidding. Because I thought it was a joke. So he goes, I'll bring him in. I go, okay, good.
How'd you even know I was here?
No,
Take him back in and do his information.
We'll do it right now.
Yeah, we need to know who's calling
call.
I really hope it's us calling you.
Yeah.
No.
That thing's going to explode.
It's not. It's work.
Have you had a chance to frisk him? You work?
Yeah, I told you what I do. I rent cars to films. I called you.
I didn't believe that before.
I called you from 54th Street about last week. I was working on El Caliente with Jennifer Lopez.
Did you see her? Did you meet her?
Her and Mark Anthony, yeah. And they had to use two of my antique vans because they were doing like a flashback to like 1966 and 1977. And I left word for you guys to come over.
I didn't hear about it.
And I was going to get you like free coffee and bagels and bananas at the caterer's table. But nobody came.
Now, who did you call? Did you call Earl?
Earl. I left it with Earl.
Earl, why didn't you tell us we could have had free bagels, bananas with Jennifer Lopez?
Let me mark something else down for the review.
As far as I know, this is all news to me.
So are you making it up, Shark?
No.
You actually talked to Earl.
I wanted to see you guys because I was so close.
You're always invited over here.
Great.
But you have to give your information to Master Poe.
After I get that $2,000 I was supposed to get.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
We made a deal. If I was able to get up here past Poe without giving the information, I was going to get $2,000.
No.
I was going to get like a weekend show or something with these guys when you're out. So now you owe that.
I don't even know what you're talking about. Here's Mark.
I got it on tape.
Ron Fez. Sure you do.
Hey, Mark.
Yeah.
Hey, I really miss Fezzy Stardust and the Spider from Mars.
I really miss him, too. I brought that up last night, Fez, too, to Bowie.
How did he take it?
Doesn't like you, and that's why he doesn't want you coming tonight.
Man.
What's up, Mark?
Hey, not much. I was just talking to Paranoid, and he was telling me I should call up and make his music videos for his website.
Ammonia video and the Fat Baby video.
Your signature is fat. You do really good with any of the fat songs.
Well, really, that's Paranoid doing those songs, and he adds the videos. What else? You've made some new ones, too, right?
I made him a Hot Dog Hillbilly one,
Yeah.
a 20 to 10 music video, and one for the little unknown ones, like Circus Boy and Al Turned Everybody On with Pissing His Pants, or whatever that one was.
Circus Boy. Was that the kid who died that used to hang with us?
Yep.
That was a nice kid, man.
Yeah.
How'd he die?
Master Poe tried to get in here without giving all of his information. Master Poe had to beat him to death. I forget it. Was it a car accident? Something horrible? It was the drinking and sleeping.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who's trying to rent a car right now?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know who. Let me see. Hello, who is it?
I can't imagine he knows that many people.
Answering calls on the air.
Who?
Yeah. Louder, so everybody can hear.
Listen, can I call you back?
Listen, Ron Howard's down here. We need an asshole right away.
Oh, you got a motor for me, yeah? Yeah, what year? I'm looking for a Hemi engine.
I'm sure you are. You remind me of that fucking guy.
It's a Hemi.
All right. I'm on the radio right now, so let me call you back on it. All right, Kev? All right. Bye.
So you build these cars yourself?
I get them and then restore them, and then we use them in films.
Right.
Right now, I got an ambulance, a 57 Dodge ambulance with a Hemi engine in it, and the engine is seized. So.
You saw it in Ghostbusters.
What would be the most impressive film you had anything to do with?
I don't know. I worked on the Raging Bull.
What did you do with that one?
I had a pickup truck. That was in 1979. I had a pickup truck.
What kind of money do they give you to put your car up, something like that?
It used to be real good in the 70s and early 80s, and then, other people started getting into the business, so you got competition. But it depends on the vehicle that they want.
Right.
If they want something special and you have it, then you can get whatever you want.
Yeah.
Like I did that Batman movie with Val Kilmer.
Right.
And I had one of the Studebaker police cars. They took and made up for it.
And then you're like a stage mom. You don't. You go right out there on the set with your car.
Yeah, I go with the cars there, and every once in a while I get a part in the film too. Yeah.
As Radio Shark, play the part of the Radio Shark.
It's just an extra. Usually an extra. I usually never ever talk, but I've been in a couple of films.
So, do you got any phone numbers for these people? We should all start harassing them. We can join together.
Yeah, we
and make
should.
their life a mess.
Yeah. Well, I don't get that close to them. Just you guys.
Mark?
Yes.
Yeah, let's play one of his songs, though. You do really good work. CosmicCircus.com to see any of these funny videos. The Fatty Pneumonia one that he made fun of Fez, and Fat Baby, which is also a hysterical one where, off we go.
All right, thanks a lot, man.
Talk to you later, buddy.
Yeah.
So play one of those tunes. We'll go into break, girl.
Fatty Pneumonia! 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 Fatty Pneumonia never left the house. All the neighborhood kids used to scream and shout. Hey, look at Fatty staring out the window again. Fatty always had food, but he never had friends. Mama never let him out. 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 He was always too sick to go out and play. Fatty Pneumonia. One day, Fatty made love to a cupcake. Fatty Pneumonia. One day, Fatty made love to a cupcake. Fatty Pneumonia. Fatty made love to a cupcake. Fatty Pneumonia. Fatty made love to a cupcake. Fatty made love to a cupcake. Fatty Pneumonia.
It's the Ron and Fez Show, XM 202.
Ron and Fez Show. Can't believe it. The Radio Shark in studio. A notorious heckling caller that we've known at least his voice for like 5 years. And you showed up at a couple of different times at the studio without letting us know that was you. We finally met you at Bar 9 a couple of years ago. Poe's a worthy adversary, huh?
Well, I don't know about a worthy adversary, but when I had the grand opening, he came down to my studio, and I had no idea who he was.
Right.
No one knew who he was.
Right.
And I thought he was there to challenge me.
You just thought it because he's got that look about him, kind of an evil look?
Well, he's got a broken nose. It looks like he has a broken nose.
I got a broken nose from surfing.
Yeah. So I'm just... I kept an eye on him, and so did about 6 other of my students.
No attention.
No, are you aware that you
I was not aware that anybody was following me, but I was walking all over the place, checking out, the building he's got,
going through filing cabinets,
going down into his weight room. But I wanted to see what he looked like before I ever came in here, because you kept saying, "Oh, he's going to jump on you, he's going to get you, he's our protectorate." So I said, I'm going to find out first, like when I came up with. You need Unique New York when I came up.
So you did a stakeout of Master Poe's school.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's insane. He's absolutely insane.
Careful. Just careful.
So
I'm just careful.
So when I went up to him, I says, "Hi, how you doing? My name is Master Poe. How can I help you?" And his answer was, "Oh, I'm just looking at the studio." Very nice. Do you have a background?
Right.
No. And he was so evasive. Every question that I gave him...
He was interrogating me. He was saying, "Oh, what are you here for?" I said, "Well, I heard you on the radio. I wanted to come in, Well, who do you like, with Opie and Anthony?" And I said, No, more Ron and Fez. and there was only a couple guys for Ron and Fez for there, you know. And then he asked me, you know, well, what's your name? You know, so I had to think really quick of something. So I came up with, I don't know, like Richard Kelly or something like that. And then he goes and announces me to everybody. Hey, everybody, here's Richard Kelly. Everybody say hello to him. And everything. Hi, Richard Kelly. Hi, how are you?
But you live a lie, Shark. Everything you do is a lie.
It's not a lie. It's not a lie. I was finding out information, seeing if I was going to have trouble with this guy if I came in. Every time you told me to come in, there was something else tagged along with it.
And what did that
Every
get
time,
you?
like punch in the neck.
Did it get you the information you needed?
Yeah, I checked him out. I seen what he looked like. Yeah, I see.
Now, Fez, before you started radio, did you ever give radio stations a call?
No. No.
I would buzz every once in a while and always say I saw a UFO. Yeah, I just saw a UFO. You better slam me on. Give them that bit. You could really help a show sometimes by just saying I saw a UFO. If you hear a show bombing, call up and say, I just saw a UFO. They would love you for it. Here's another weird thing, Shark. Giant Brian, who used to work for us, gets fucking paid to make fake calls to radio stations.
You mean you can make money doing this?
$100 a call. $100 a call is what they're paying right now.
So you guys owe me a lot more than $2,000.
No.
Huh? Did they do that here?
Not one call you've given has ever helped. You always take us off topic. You always... That fucking... the Robert Vaughn... It made him feel like an asshole when he was in here. He felt like he was unliked. I couldn't even look at him.
Fortunately, he was old enough to think, I just don't hear so well.
He felt awkward and was playing the, I have no idea what he's talking about thing. But in the back of his mind, he was thinking, people think I'm gay.
But I thought I loosened them up a little bit for you guys,
no,
you know? That way it was more like buddies and stuff, you know?
I need you to understand this. You don't help. You have the abilities to be somebody who helps, but instead you hurt.
No. The game is, if you have a celebrity guest and you have them on the air, they're fair game.
Wow,
they're chumming the water. They're chumming the water. And a shark, you come up, you either can rip them apart or you can play with them. It can go either way.
But why? What makes you feel like these people are fair game?
Yeah, because they're on the radio. He's plugging some sort of a show.
Right.
He wants to get publicity for it.
Right.
So, you know, maybe you want to ask him a different question.
So
you know,
he should be
something
harassed.
else.
What kind of questions do you ask, though? Why do you make them feel bad?
I ask great questions.
Why do you make them feel bad about themselves?
When did I ever make him feel bad about himself?
Robert Vaughn
walked out of here laughing and giggling. I bet he can't wait to come back on again.
He was crying. All right, here's the blowhard. Blowhard.
Guys, this guy is a legend, man. I've been listening to this guy for years. Congratulations on your call last week on the Bob Grant show at Hannity.
All right, what's that one?
Wait,
he had
I didn't call. I didn't call Bob Grant.
That was you with the harmonica?
No, that's not me. That's another character.
Oh, it's a character. Okay.
See, he does
some other character, not me. He's ingenious. He's great. He's funny. But it ain't me. You know, I haven't heard him since Bob Grant went off. That poor guy.
Hannity's show had Bob Grant on. In the middle of a serious conversation, they're all praising Bob Grant. Someone called up and started speaking through a harmonica.
Yeah,
that's the harmonica man. He's a great guy. You should have him on the show. You really should bring him up here. You know?
Have him on the show.
It's not me. You think it's me, but you're mistaken.
Then why did you get excited first? Like, wait, that's not me. You were so happy.
I heard that call too, and I thought it was great, and it's wonderful that. Blowhard brought it up.
I almost died when you used to call up Alan Combs, and he would take you seriously, and he would have conversations with you in the harmonica. But Bob Grant used to get so pissed off at this guy, guys. Bob Grant used to almost have a heart attack because there'd be a serious Palestinian conversation, and all of a sudden you'd hear this guy call up. This guy's a genius. He's a New York legend.
Yeah, he is. He is a fucking legend.
Yeah, that harmonica man is, you know.
No,
you might not ever hear him again, you know. Once Bob Grant went away, he might have just put his harmonica down.
Who called in the past that got really pissed off?
Say that again?
Who have you pissed off the most over the years?
Nobody. I don't piss anybody off.
Not everyone loves you like you think.
The other guy. The guy who does all this stuff. Who's the worst and who is the best?
Well, I used to call Tom Snyder. Tom Snyder had a great show because he used to get all the top-name guests and stuff.
Right.
I remember I called the one time he had Jacques Cousteau on.
Right.
And they were talking about, like, everything in the ocean, fish, and this and what he does. And then I got on and I asked him, how come when the Nazis invaded France, the pastry-eating bastards gave up? And Tom cut me off. And Jacques Cousteau goes, what the heck? What is going on? And then they cut me off, and he goes...
This guy goes back to the 80s and beyond.
Yeah.
I never forget it. I mean, it'd be a serious topic, and all of a sudden, his genius would just pop up, And some of the hosts would roll with it and just say, okay, next call.
But see, let me just say, some days you're in the mood for it, it's funny, and other days you're not. It's like we're fucking talking about something else.
Yeah, but what does that mean? I mean, the caller's got to go and judge that if he's got something to get through. You got to,
why
see how the host is feeling? No, it doesn't work like that.
No, but
you get what you get. You put out the number and you get the calls. If you put out the number and ask for calls, you get what you get. You got the kill button in front of you.
But I never do that, though.
Right.
But here's the thing. The difference is this, though. We're using our names. You're fucking Jeff. You're Nick. You're Pete. Doesn't find. If you called up and said you were a Radio Shark, I would put you on first.
I know.
Not Richard Kelly.
I always call up under Radio Shark. All the Radio Shark phone calls are great calls.
Can I just say this?
What screener was the hardest? And who was the hardest show to get
Billy used to fucking call me at 3 o'clock in the morning.
There hasn't been a screener born yet that I can't get past. As long as they'd only be using that caller ID, but I can get past that too.
That really is an art form. Some of the screeners, I would say 90% of them are pretty easy to get through. There's a few of them that will...
You've given a lot of heckling calls too, right?
I did it as a kid, and recently I used to do a few things back in the last couple of years when we had the capo thing going on. And,
right.
But back when I was a kid, I used to call up, and, getting through the screener was usually the easiest part. But now they're at the point now where on some shows they would ask you, like, maybe 3 or 4... You call Larry King, they want your phone number.
Right.
So, like, some stations now, they usually put a kid on the phone. You can say anything. Like,
one time on an AM station, me and Vinny Montello, me at my house, he at his house, he's a comic buddy of mine, we kept the show locked up between us for 45 fucking minutes of just hanging up and calling back. And it was an improv group, was on this little AM station. They probably only got like 10 calls an hour without us fucking around with them, right? And they would say, we'll do any kind of improv you would, and we would be taking things out of the news that were horrendous. The flight that went down and shit like that, and they wouldn't do it. So then as they're hanging up on me yelling, he would be calling back of Joan Rivers when she just found Edgar dead on the floor, and we would just keep doing this and getting screamed at, and it really was a ball. But then these people, they couldn't even buy calls. You ought to call places like that, Shark.
Yeah.
And what about the music you play? That's usually hilarious. He'll break up a serious conversation with music.
I never laugh. I've got to tell you the truth. I've never once laughed.
See, it depends on the show. If the show's really dull and everybody's taking themselves so seriously, there's nothing like a guy like
him. That's the shows I love.
Yeah.
I love to knock them off the rails.
Alan Holmes' show was the best because Alan used to let you talk to the guests.
Yeah,
he would have guests in the studio, and you can call up from, I remember talking to Burt Young one time on the air. And I said I was his long-lost cousin in Bensonhurst, and Burt Young is so out of it, he's like, hey, I miss you and your mother.
Nice.
I was just scamming him, but Burt Young and I were talking for 5 minutes on the Colm Show.
Burt Young is Paulie from the Rocky films.
Exactly. I mean, this whole thing, it's just so funny in New York talk radio because you take so many of these people, and they're just really, really serious and yelling at each other, and all of a sudden the shark pops on, and boom, you have to laugh. The guy's just, people look down at this skill, but I give this guy a thumbs up. Keep it up.
You're saying that now because you don't host a show. If you get a show, Blowhard, I guarantee
you guys are friends.
You will tell the screeners, keep that fucking animal off the lines. I got an important guest coming up.
I'd like to get his number. That way maybe we can do partners like what you did.
Yeah. You want to do that, Blowhard? Do you guys want to lock up a show one night?
I got my... I'd love to. I'd like to hang out with this guy and do a show, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
They owe me a show because I got in here.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I got the tape. I do have the tape to that.
I got your information.
So?
Eric. Eric.
Well, the stipulation also was that he had to get past Poe without.
He did not get past Poe.
No, that wasn't it. No, it wasn't.
You had to get in without.
It was not given any information.
Without Poe knowing.
No, wait. Yes, that was the thing. And where's that little kid at? Where's Bill? He came in and said, "We have him outside. Do you want him on?" And I go, "Yeah, of course." That's me inviting him in here. That's not him getting it.
Yes.
Poe comes in with you.
It cost you $2,000.
Expertise.
Yeah.
Yes, he was invited in. I was right in front of him.
I have no idea where this Bill is now. He's hiding. Here's Dugout Doug. How you doing, Doug?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Yeah.
Me and a couple friends of mine one time, we took over a guy in Orlando's radio show by calling in all the time for about a week and a half. He didn't get a legitimate call in ever.
Yeah, we're pretty familiar with that one.
Yeah.
And is that the last time you guys have done that, Doug?
No, we did it a couple of times since, but that is by far the biggest.
What do you do to get past screeners?
Well, we got it all set up, so we actually go and read the newspaper in the local area of whatever show that is.
Right.
The day that we're going to be striking, and we've come up with some good, legitimate news stories, and we come in that way.
And then you kind of act like, as the phone call's starting, that you're part of it, and then you say something that you know is going to piss them off.
Yeah, then we work in a Ben's Hog reference or
right.
You know, something ridiculous like that to pay homage to the show that sent us in that direction.
And when you're doing something like this, your fucking heart's beating out of your chest. Am I right, Shark? It gets the adrenaline going.
Yeah.
When you know you're going to get screamed at by Jacques Cousteau. I don't know what it is.
I didn't know he was going to scream at me.
Well,
but,
you
know,
called him a pastry-eating pussy or whatever.
Pastry-eating bastard.
You know what I mean? You know, he's proud of his little country, too. All right, Doug, we'll talk to you later.
All right.
Thanks, Dad.
Yeah. No, see, the Shark does it on his own. He don't have a whole army out there. Hey, Joe, you're on Ron Fez.
Only one thing.
Yeah.
Your show's great, but you gotta spit out that gum, Shark. You are fucking killing me with that. You sound like a horse.
Yeah.
End it.
See, it's not easy, is it? No, Shark.
It was sugar-free. I couldn't help myself. I had to have some.
And it was my gum.
All right, Bill, when you came in here, what did you say to me?
I handed you the note.
It said,
Radio Shark's outside.
Do you want him?
Yes.
And I said yes, which means he's been through the gauntlet.
Well, you said bring him in.
Yes, well, whatever.
And so bring him in, and then I got him.
Yeah.
Thanks for that $2,000, buddy. I'll buy you lunch today.
Oh, wait a second. You didn't get him that easy, because he came to the pit that I call the pit.
Right.
And I was right in front of Sharky, and Sharky wasn't moving.
Yep.
Right.
He had his little gifts on the side of the chair.
The point was you could not get past Master Poe, and you could not.
No, that's technicality. I was supposed to get inside here. Inside here at this table.
Poe was in between him and the second door, confronting him.
Thank you. Never come to me unless Poe is done with his work.
And then I heard that he wanted him in now, and I said, wait, not yet. No, he wants him in the studio now.
Bill, what are you doing down there?
See, that's all going on for Bill.
And this is all going to go into the review that our executive producer has.
For the record, I told him, it's like, you know what, he's here, let him wait. Wait.
Hello?
We were in the middle of a bid, actually.
So he went around you. He went over top of you to me.
There's going to be openings here then, I guess, huh?
There's going to be openings.
Should I give him a note?
I would love to have you.
Give him a note that he's here.
Shark?
Yeah, I did.
I kid you not.
Here I am.
I would love to have you as part of XM. There's something nutty and crazy about you that I think can work here.
I can help.
Ed, you're on Ron Fez.
This is Dan, not Ed. D-A-N.
All right, I got it up as ED.
All right, well, what's your call? I one time called a radio station very popular in New York, not saying any names, and all I did was scream like I had Tourette's syndrome for about 10 minutes, and that's had them laughing.
And they left it on?
They left it on because they didn't know what to do, I think, because I was screaming like...
Yeah, I would leave that stuff. I'd let that go.
See if you can tire him out.
You know, the thing is, you have no idea how much a nice call is appreciated by hosts, because they're so fucking rare. You're saying yes like you give one.
I do give nice calls.
You do not give them.
I do.
You never give a helpful
I try
call.
to, and then something goes wrong. You know?
I get the worst.
They come back.
Asking bad questions through a harmonica is not interesting.
That's not me. That's not me. You might not ever hear from the harmonica man again. He might have put that harmonica down and just turned to stone because Bob Grant's gone.
You know what?
And then maybe not.
Yeah. Here's what drives me crazy. Blowhard has played into your ego and making you feel like you are a legend, making you feel like you do have fans out there.
If you listen to New York Talk Radio, this guy is like all over for the last 20 years. This guy's been calling.
It's been that long, yeah.
And
doesn't feel like it. It was like yesterday.
What is it that you're hoping to get? What is it that you want?
I just want to bring happiness. I just want to cheer people up. I just want to make everybody happy in the world. I do. I try, but it doesn't work with these guys.
Now, who could be better guys than us who, after you drive us crazy, 9/11 fucking prank calls, then you say,
never.
Listen to me.
I didn't prank call at 9/11.
All right, hold on.
It was a couple days afterwards.
All right, 9/13. The fucking place is rocked.
And it was,
now, let's go back to this. So we said... hey, have a drink. We're all hanging out. We're having a good time at the club. You said, my car won't stop. Can you come out and give me a push? Me, Fez,
pickup truck.
We come out, push his car down fucking 9th Avenue. Here's the thing. Nothing was wrong with his goddamn car, he tells me.
I just had the key off. I never turned the key on. But you deserve that.
Why?
You deserve that, because I used to come to Bar 9 and walk around, and nobody would talk to me. I couldn't sit at the
Nobody
popular
knew who you
table.
were.
You do. You knew at that time, because that was right after I came up to maybe like CBS to be on the show with you guys.
I don't remember us ever sitting down.
Billy stayed. Yeah, because you kept me locked in a closet. Hey, Harry. Harry brought me and left.
Which I did not know. I mean, here,
How
what
did
happened?
you not know?
You see how it goes.
I had
here.
the same presents. I've been carrying them for like 3 years.
Bill,
be careful with that gum.
If Bill doesn't come in and tell me, I mean, you know, I don't know what's happening in that room now or what's happening down the hall. Mr. Poe is working on security things. The guys are over there answering phones.
Yeah, but we're talking
in
about
a
the
fucking
past.
bubble.
We're talking about the past back then.
So you were so mad at us that you had us push a fucking car down Ninth Avenue.
I thought it would be fun.
Yeah.
I thought it would be fun.
But
And I wasn't even going to tell you about that.
Yeah.
Except I had a couple beers at that Christmas party.
Yeah, you were holding court that night at the Christmas party.
And me with a heart condition.
Chris, you're on Ron Fez.
Hi, am I on the air?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I just saw a UFO, and for some apparent reason, they walked out, and you never, ever cut us any slack?
This is how bad the show's going. We're getting UFO calls that are trying to help. I wish I wouldn't have put that fucking out there, because now we'll know every time our show's sucking dick, because UFO calls will come in.
A lot more sightings.
What's that computer screen in front of you? That's
nothing. Oh,
that's where all the people call up?
Yeah,
and
this is so they answer them in the other room, and then they'll put the names up here.
And all those little blocks over there, that's how many lines you got? How many telephone lines?
Right. So you got 9 lines. You got about 6 of them.
Casing the place.
I know. That's how many chances he has.
Some of these are hotlines that.
Let me take a picture of that.
Yeah. There's nothing. There's no secret to this. Poe stuff. Thank you, Poe.
No pictures.
No pictures at all.
Keep your camera in your pocket.
Yeah. By the way, just so you know, look at this picture we have of you. We have you.
Oh, yeah.
As number 1, and Bobo is number 2 on the Poe list.
I like to catch that guy who was trying to give me the horns behind my head over there.
Yeah, who was that?
I don't know. He was next to Mikey Boy. I wish I never took that picture with Mikey Boy. I didn't know he was going to put it up.
Yeah, Mikey Boy has everything.
I would have been able to change my look.
Yeah.
So why now, Radio Shark? Why are you coming
Who's
out
that
of...
talking? Is that still Blowhard?
Yeah, I'm always...
Because Blowhard, he wants to have his own show. He wants to be in the business.
I just want to make friends. I just want to make friends with everybody.
That's beautiful.
I don't want any animosity or anything like that.
He came out now because for years he's been anonymous, and I'm just shocked. This is like Deep Throat coming out.
It is kind of a Deep Throat
XM
thing.
radio. It's satellite. It's a lot more fun. It's a lot more easier. You know,
you curse and without worrying about it now.
Well, yeah, you can curse if you want to.
Yeah.
But you don't have to.
Break out the harmonica now. Come on.
I don't have the harmonica. It's not me. It's somebody else.
Don't lie.
Okay.
Seriously.
It's not me.
I'm not gonna help you.
It's not me. I haven't got it. Check me. Poe searched me. Did you find harmonica on me, Poe?
Did you really
No,
search
he doesn't
the
have
Poe?
anything.
No.
He talks
There.
through it. He has conversations.
Believe
through
me,
it.
I know that asshole. I fucking have had to put up with him time and time again.
And after the show, no one's going to believe that you're having car trouble.
Yeah. No one will ever believe you with anything again. That's the problem.
I couldn't park the car that I came in here with in these garages. It's got a push-button transmission.
I don't believe you. Here's Quinn. Quinn, you're on Ron Fez.
Hey, this is Radio Quinn calling for the Radio Shark. I'll find him for 3. I'll catch him and kill him for 10, Chief.
See, that's a good show. You know what? That's a good call because it makes people laugh.
Yeah.
Well, yours is like...
I approve.
Let me do... I'll do my impression of the Radio Shark, and put me up there as like Tim.
Hey, Tim, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Look, you guys suck. Everything blows that you do. Everything. You guys are all assholes.
Thank you,
That's
Tim.
one of your fucking witty
No,
calls.
it ain't.
That's
Never.
one of your better calls.
I've never swore at you guys, ever. I've never even called you names. Never.
And we recognize the thing about you is you don't even
That's
change
the
your
problem.
voice.
Yeah, that's the problem.
You never change your voice. It's the
That's
same
become
guy.
a problem. I'm not
Yeah.
good at different voices.
But if
I'm working on it.
Here's what I don't understand, Bill. If I recognize his voice, why don't you?
Because I've only been phone screened for a month.
Yes, and in a month you can do it.
Recognize his voice.
Yes.
Yeah, that's part of the job. You have to be able to recognize his voice.
What do you think you're screening in there?
All the bad
Poe
form.
remembered seeing him once, 2 months ago, and using a different name. Boom, he's on it.
Yes, he infiltrated my school.
Well, I have short-term memory loss, so, you know.
I hope we have short
What's
intern
that
loss.
mean? Does it mean you shouldn't be here?
By the way, my dog was watching you, too.
Good.
Who?
My dog.
Dog?
Yeah, there was 3 dogs there.
I didn't see any dogs.
Oh, yeah, they were hiding.
You're not going to see them. You will not see them. Here's Boss Hogg. Boss Hogg, you're on Ron Fez.
Hey, boss.
Hey, guys.
Yeah.
Calling to razz Mexico a little bit here. I think maybe he's spending a little too much time concentrating on the studio and maybe leaving you guys hang out to dry there.
Do you think that's true, Master Poe, that you've bitten off more than you could chew?
No, this is easy.
I mean, he's taking the angle that he got past you.
He didn't.
He honestly believes he got past you.
He didn't.
With Bill's help.
I was directly in front of him.
I guess you owe him $2,000.
And a couple $100 every call I make from now on, right?
See, first he has to get...
That's good money. I got to rebuild that Hemi. They're expensive, man.
You can't be calling 80 times a day on that thing. I'm trying to... we should probably try to hook him up with... they're also fake. There's so many fake calls that get done on radio now. It's unbelievable. You never used to have that a few years ago. Here is Mud Shark. Mud Shark, you're on Ron Fez.
Hey, this is Mud Shark. I want to talk to my brother, Radio Shark.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, Radio Shark.
Yeah.
Hey, brother. Hey, man, do you like the Swoogies, too?
Me, I love everybody.
See, how's it feel?
It's okay. And you find yourself going down like everybody.
He's trying
like
a
practice. But it made you look bad. Now suddenly you're in a dance with a retard. And you're not going to win that dance. You're not going to take home the crown.
Hey, they got the First Amendment right, too. They can call up also. I wish if I had the cut button, which one's the dump button over there that you got?
You see, I got papers on it. I don't care about it. I'm fucking satellite. I'm not dumping people. Brian, you're on Ron Fez. I lost you.
What is that sound? That poof sound. Is that when the caller hangs up?
No, that was you saw what had just happened there. That there was a cutoff between us and them.
Do you make that happen, or that
No.
just
it just
pops off?
Yeah, you're not going to believe this, but I wouldn't want people just to pop off before they had the chance to say what they want. I know that you
It's
think
funny.
there's
It's
more security than there is here.
Yeah, really. Yeah.
There's not a lot of cut buttons, and we're trying to trace your phone numbers.
Whenever you hear that sound, it means everyone in the studio is getting a retina check.
All right.
Here's Brown Shark. You're on Ron Fez.
Yeah, how you doing? This is Brown Shark. Listen, I've been Brown Shark since 1981, so I want you guys to know that I'm a different guy than that guy.
I don't know.
This show ain't ending now, is it? Can't we stay another hour?
No, we can't do
Why
it.
don't you guys do 4 hours?
We got a schedule.
Well, you know what?
4 hours.
Sometimes I get cut off because you think I'm that guy. You know?
Yeah, that's a pity, huh?
That's Radio Shark. Blowhard, maybe we ought to hook you guys up together. You can do a show together.
Yeah, we can work something out.
I'm down, definitely.
Yeah,
we can work something out.
And then it's just a show where you guys are prank calling other shows, seeing how it works out.
That sounds brilliant. Brilliant idea. Shark, it's been a pleasure. Ron and Fez, everybody else, have a great weekend. I'm out of here.
Yeah, have a good weekend.
Bye, Blowhard.
Somebody writes in, what is Blowhard doing listening to Alan Combs? Blowhard listens to everybody. There's not a radio show he doesn't listen to. You're the same way, Shark?
Yeah, I try to listen to everybody. Yeah.
You just start figuring
As long
yourself.
as they're entertaining, you know.
Blowhard to listen to 3 at a time.
Yeah. And how can I get on? That's what you're after.
Yeah.
All right, Master Poe, thank you very much for stopping him at the door.
My pleasure.
I want you to throw him out the window now.
All right, not a problem.
I'll take a check.
All right, Radio Shark, we're going to have you back in here real soon. Bezzy, big weekend for you. Another bet?